Who? I'm going to introduce you as the greatest placeholder in the history of Delaware football.
100%, dude. I would love that. I would.
Welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Another week and another action-packed week of high school sports. We have a lot to talk about. High school basketball for boys and girls. We will hear from Caravelle and Conrad. They are stopping by the show. We also have Goldey-Beacom swinging by.
Yeah.
But first, I have to introduce the greatest placeholder in the history of Delaware high school football. Pat Ariani is my co-host. Pat, how you doing, bud?
How you doing? Let me tell you something. It's a true art form to get it down. You ask Pat McAfee, it must be the name. There's something about a placeholding art. It's an art. It's an art form. Absolutely. I appreciate the shout out.
I guess it's taking the ball and putting it down, Pat.
Listen, I'm the only guy who's ever been put on the all-state team for placeholder. So that is something that it's in the record books.
Well, speaking of all-state, we have Benny Mitchell also. We have him talking about wrestling. That and so much more coming up. But first, swing on by 13060 Astor Shopping Center. Why? Because that's right here. That's where we do 302 Sports Weekly live every single Wednesday. Great place taking a game. Fantastic wings as well. But, of course, come on by and enjoy the camaraderie that is Hooters of Newark, Pat.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And like Benny said, make sure you come down, watch the show live. If you can't, check us out right on YouTube like you are right now. And again, look, hey, this goes out to athletes, parents, coaches, everybody. If you have any highlights, scores, stats, or any other information you would like to see on the show, contact us, 302sports@gmail.com. We need that. We need the content. And it's for you guys. We do this for you guys. So definitely let us know if you got anything. Go to the website, 302sports.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 302sports. Twitter, of course, we have a poll question up. I believe we just tweeted it out with our game of the week. So get on there and vote that on there. Also, I know the youngsters, there's this new fad. I don't know if you guys heard of Snapchat. You guys on Snapchat?
I've heard of the Snapchat, yeah.
Yeah, we're all on Snapchat. I'm just lying to you. I'm not that old. It's sports_302 on Snapchat.
Like MySpace?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
kind of like the MySpace.
So check that out. And again, come down to the show every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, 136 in the Astro Shopping Center.
All right, Pat, we got to talk about boys basketball. More specifically, recapping Silesian versus Sanford. Pat, you have the duties there.
We do. We're going to open this thing up, and we're going to get right into it here, Benny. So let's get this lit up, and let's get it going here. You ready? So again, Silesian coming into this game, state ranked. They've coming on a bit of a losing streak. Sanford 1-4 to start the year off. So here they go. First possession, the Perkins, Hassan to Corey. As you can see them working the defense a little bit, and eventually they're going to get on the board here first on a Corey Perkins three-point shot. As you see the ball moving around, good. The lefty drills the three to open up the scoring. And Sanford will jump out to a big lead in this one, Ben. As you continue to watch here, they get a deflection there on the press. As you see now 9-3, and the offense continuing to work well for Sanford. This is Hassan Perkins. He had himself a huge game in this one, hitting multiple big shots. That one from the corner pushes the lead out to 9. The Tatnall transfer, a splendid game. Salesianum trying to get their bearings in this one. They get it to Mike Wallace, the senior point guard, to get some good ball movement, and eventually you're going to see Mike Wallace fade to the corner here and drill a three to cut the lead down to 6. Wallace, not many three-point opportunities for him, but he's a great shooter within the state of Delaware. Here you see the diaper dandy, Nana Joku, knocking down a few free throws to expand the lead for Sanford, and you'll see later on in this highlight package, throws down something a little vicious. Right now he's just giving you a little warm-up, knocking in a couple free throws. Atmosphere was electric in the gym, Ben. A lot of people, it was loud. The Salesianum student section, they never disappoint, and they didn't on this night. 26-12, as you see here in the second quarter. Sanford would open this thing up fairly early. Salesianum struggling to score. You see Mike Wallace here going down low. This is right before halftime. The Sanford defense just all over the place. You can see multiple chances here for Salesianum, and they can't finish, and that's where we went in. Halftime, 26-12. First possession here of the second half, Mike Wallace doing a little Allen Iverson with the ball right there. Gets it inside, stolen away by Jair Davis, and here's this man again, Hassan Perkins. Told you he had a big game. Starts the scoring off here. First 5 points for Sanford in the second half. As you can see them work the ball around, and they're going to find Perkins again. Open for three here on the wing. Catch, shoot, butter. Sanford bumping this lead out to 30-12. The largest you'd see their lead get. And then, from here on out, you started to see Salesianum battle back. And it was mainly by this guy here, Jack Brown. Three-pointer is good. He had 21 points in this game, Ben. 20 of them in the second half, as you're going to start to see him fill up the cup. Right now, Sanford trying to answer after that three, and they do. Here's Nana, looking like Shaq, throwing a leg up with the slam. This kid's 14 years old, Ben. He's 14 years old. Jack Brown with the answer right here. Pull-up jumper right in Joku's face, as Salesianum would start getting the offense going here in the third quarter. 37-23 here in the fourth. Watch Salesianum get things going. It's Brown again from NBA range. Wow. Nothing but net. As you can see, Salesianum starting to claw back into this. 39-32. Brown takes a step in, buries another three. This game suddenly only a 4-point game. Nick Alessandrini doing the play-by-play that game was going nuts. Another three here by Salesianum. And just like that, it's a 3-point game. This is the closest you'd see Salesianum get it. 45-40 right now. Very little time remaining. Sally's just got to get going busy. Mike Wallace will put up a three. It's no good. As you can see here, Jair Davis, the splendid sophomore, jumps out. Boom, one-handed tomahawk jam to put ice on this one. Sanford would end up winning this game. You see Hassan Perkins finishing off his splendid game on the free throw line. Would finish this game with a 50-41 victory, earning their second win on the season and proving that they can handle in-state opponents. That's going to be a big-time thing for Sanford, especially with the tough start that they had to their season. Salesianum takes the loss, continues their skid, going to try and get back on track, or the Sals. But great game to be a part of. Sally's makes it interesting after the great start by Sanford.
Yes, Sanford, Hassan Perkins finishing with 19 points in that one. That's a score from last week. Other scores from last week as well. Cape Henlopen beating Smyrna 74-51, knocking off the #1 team in the state. We have a new one. We'll talk about that in a second. Randy Richards had 21 points for the Vikings, and William Penn beating Concord, 69-34. Wall with 26 points in that one. All right, top 10 as it shows on your screen. Yes, the new #1, no surprise here, is Cape Henlopen. They move up from 2-1. Smyrna falls to #2. William Penn staying pat at 3, with Sanford staying pat at 4. Really 5 as well. Caravelle at #5. Sussex Tech jumping up from 8 to 6. And then St. George's Tech is still there at 7. Cesar Rodney falling to 8th. St. Elizabeth's at 9. And, of course, Salesianum at 10 following their loss. No team dropping out from this past week. All right, key matchups looking up this week, Pat. We have William Penn at Delcastle, an important win game for William Penn. Dover will be at Smyrna, a tough test for Smyrna after losing to Cape Henlopen. And the St. George's Tech and Smyrna, they will go head-to-head 7-4 matchup there on Tuesday night at 5:30 p.m. All right, Mike, I go to you with this one as always. I ask you first, what top 10 team has impressed you from this past week?
Cape Henlopen, number one team in the state. They ended Smyrna's in-state winning streak, and they just keep winning. You know, they've been on the road. They played well at slam dunk. I don't believe they didn't get into the Allen State teams in slam dunk, but Cape just keeps winning. I'm so impressed by Robertson and Rickards and Dadsey. Those three are just leading that team. Coach Reed's got them playing extremely well, and they seem to just be getting stronger as the season goes along. So one thing about Cape that they the last few games have been on the road, so they have 7 of their final 9 games at home. Also, those 2 games they played at slam dunk do not count as home games, so they're going to end up playing 12 of their 20 games this season at Cape Henlopen. Big advantage for them, a couple extra games at home that aren't home games. I've been really impressed by Cape.
Rickards and Robertson are 2 of the best big men in the state, and when you are 6'5" and I believe 6'6" respectively, that's big for the state of Delaware. What do they got to do to continue their momentum here, Jason? I mean, it's been a great start, and this team looks like they got the staying power.
Yeah, we always mention the Henlopen North is one of the toughest conferences in boys basketball, so there's no easy task left on that schedule. They came up, traveled up north yesterday and played Delcastle. Yeah. And Delcastle's always a tough team, good road test, and Cape passed it with flying colors. If that was a game I would see a letdown, it would be the game after you just beat Smyrna. Right. And they got through that. Now, like Mike said, they get 7 of the last 9 at home. But the Henlopen North is tough, and they'll have some nights where, but like you said, the height is a big advantage to that Cape Henlopen team.
Mike, I go to you with this one. Talk about a very topical question. Eagles versus Vikings, battle of underdog for the Eagles. Let's talk about underdogs for boys basketball. Which one has impressed you so far in the first half of the season?
Yeah, this is kind of out of nowhere. Tower Hill, I want to say. Yeah, the Hillers. They are 7-2. This is a team that was 3-17 last season. They're now 7-2. They lost to Sanford yesterday. So they were. They're 6-2 after they lost yesterday to Sanford. So they're going to state championship? Probably not, but that's a pretty impressive turnaround for the other Coach Santa. It's Chris Santa that coaches at Tower Hill. And they've gotten consistent scoring from Kyle Motley. They have some young talent, freshman named Ricky Deadweiler who can really play. And they have a lot of juniors on that team, so they're going to be strong this year. Expect to be better next year. So it's been a good year for the Hillers.
And then Jay, I'll go to you for this one. We talked about a team that's surprising. Tower Hill's played very well so far. Is there anybody who maybe their schedule lightens up, or maybe they're starting to hit their stride now that could surprise us in the second half of the season?
I'm going to go St. George's Tech.
I agree with that.
They played and don't get me wrong, they still got a tough schedule with road games at Smyrna and also Cape Henlopen towards the end of the year. But they started out the season playing all these top 10 ranked teams. Yeah. And they go 6-3 after 9 games. Now they start getting into that Flight A conference, and they've already played William Penn, which is the other top team in Flight A. So they get a little break in their Flight A schedule before they get to Smyrna and Cape Henlopen. So I think they're the team right now sitting at 7 that wouldn't surprise me if they're in the top 5 by the end of the year.
And you think about it, Bones the other night, 51 points.
Wow. 51.
Yeah, he's a D1 talent.
Very talented young man there. All right, Mike. You and Jason are going to have a chance to answer this, but which of these upcoming games are you most interested in?
I had 2 somewhere. So, looking at the schedule, I like tomorrow night, Dover and Smyrna. I think Smyrna is coming off the loss. Dover is a kind of an enigma of a team, but they've got some real talent. They got Ethan Davis and Javon Peace leading that team, and they beat Howard at the earlier at St. George's at Roma by the River. A lot of talent, a lot of speed in that Dover team, and I think they give Smyrna a big test tomorrow.
Jay, how about you?
I'm looking at the William Penn Delcastle game. Okay. William Penn has won 8 in a row after the disposing of Dover last night. David Christensen's got them playing really well. But Delcastle is not an easy place to play. No. It's a tough Flight A matchup. And they, like you said, the Colonials have won 8 in a row, so everyone is gunning for them now after their hot start. They're the number 15 ranked team in the 302 Sports Bowl, so I think Delcastle's going to give them a run tomorrow, and I think that's going to be an interesting game.
Going from guys to girls basketball, when we come back, a shakeup in the bottom 5 of the girls basketball top 10. We'll talk about it on 302 Sports Weekly. And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pinella, Pat Garianis, Mike Lang, and Jason Winchell to talk about girls basketball now. Pat, a shakeup in the bottom half of the top 10 for girls basketball. We'll show you that right now. Of course, 1 through 5, Caravelle, Sanford, Conrad, Ursuline, Ames, St. Elizabeth's, very impressive teams right there. The bottom half, though, shaken up a little bit. Howard jumps up point or ranking. Tatnall falls, and we have 2 non-ranked teams in Sussex Tech and Padua jumping in at 8 and 10, and of course at number 9 it is St. George's Tech. And that's due to the scores from last week. Caravelle beating Ursuline, the number 1 team over number 4 team in the state, 53-47. Adolowski, hope I got that name right, had a double-double, 13 points, 12 rebounds. Also Caravelle beating St. Elizabeth's handedly, 53-37. Sasha Marvel had 12 points and 8 rebounds. 7, almost had a triple-double for her. And then Conrad over Concord. Sanford over Tatnall, number 2 team beating Tatnall 68-37. Olivia Tucker with 20 points, including 4 of 7 on 3-pointers. Looking up at key matchups this upcoming week, Hodgson will face St. George's Tech. We have Charter versus Padua, Ursuline, and St. Elizabeth's, and our 302 Spotlight girls basketball game of the week, Conrad versus Caravelle. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now, though, I'm going to Mike on this one. What top 10 team has been the most impressive team in this past week? Is it the number 1 team?
Well, like the boys, it's the girls. It's Caravelle. They beat Ursuline, ended Ursuline's long in-state winning streak by 6. They came back to beat St. Elizabeth's by 16. They beat a team from out of state that was 12-3, I think. And
Absolutely.
They're playing well. They're experienced. They're talented. They added Kendra Warren from Sanford this year. They've got all the pieces they need to finally take that next step and win a state championship. I know these guys over here are going to have something to say about that. Caravelle, to me, has been very, very impressive team this year. And I love the team. They're great.
Caravelle's been impressive, Jason. Who do you think needs to step their game up in that top 10, especially with teams really starting to play well now?
I'm going to say Ursuline.
Okay.
And here's why. They're 5 and 6 right now. They've been struggling. They're not 100%. They don't have all the girls. But they're the team that I think now, they're a team that schedule does not get any easier. They still got Conrad, Sanford, St. Elizabeth's twice, and Cardinal O'Hara.
Oh.
So tough teams for them.
Yeah.
I did some early projections. If the tournament starts today, they would be the 22 seed. They won't be. They'll be up there in the top 8. But I'm just saying, they're a team that's going to have to step up their game here in the second half of the season. It won't be easy with their schedule, but with Coach Noonan, I'm counting on them to right the ship.
Bit of a surprise to see Ursuline the way they are, but Mike, talk about other surprises. What are other teams that have surprised you so far in girls basketball?
Well, I think there's two, and Jason and I were talking about this before our ride down here. I'll take one, I'll let Jason talk about the other one. I'm going to Sussex Tech. They're 9-0. They have a win over Cesar Rodney. The schedule's been okay, but Sussex Tech, they're undefeated. You play who's on your schedule, and that's who you play. Now, they have a game Saturday at Hodgson at noon. Hodson's a very good team. I think that's going to be a great game to watch. And then they also play at Cesar Rodney and at St. Mark's. So they have a couple tough ones left, but you can't argue with 9-0. They're undefeated, and the Ravens are in the rankings because they belong there. And I know the other team we talked about.
I think I know too, Jay, just based on the look on your face. What do you got?
I'm going to go with Paddle.
Yeah,
That's it.
I agree.
Paddle won 5 games last year. They get a new coach. They're young. 2 seniors on the roster. Just 2 seniors.
Yeah.
They are 8-4. They looked impressive the other night for St. Mark's, and that coach Joe DiNardo's got them hitting on all cylinders. They are a running gun team. They like to shoot. If there was an NBA shot clock, they would never have a shot clock violation. They don't mess around on offense. They get that first good look, and they take the shot. And I think that's what you need to do with a young team. Don't let them think. Don't let them be in their heads.
Right.
Let them run and just be themselves. And I think that's what's got this team good. They got Newark Charter, a tough test coming up. And they got Ursuline and St. Elizabeth one more time. They played St. Elizabeth last week and they lost to them. But they cut a 24-point lead down to 3 with under a minute to play. And St. E's hit the free throws down the stretch to hold them off. But I think they're a team that's starting to build the confidence, and a team that I think can make a run.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
That's the Sheila DiNardo effect. She's been successful everywhere she's ever
Absolutely.
been. So it is surprising, but at the same time, might not be that surprising.
You talked about making a run. Let's talk about some teams that could surprise us in the second half, Mike. Who do you got?
So I'm going downstate again, heading local north. I'm going with Polytech. The Panthers, they've won 7 in a row after losing the first 2 games of the season, and they're the closest win on their schedule, the lowest margin of victory, other than one game was 7, but other than that, 17 points. So they're not just winning; they're winning big. They do have they play Cesar Rodney on Friday. It's at Cesar Rodney. That's going to be tough. CR is kind of underachieved this year, but they're still a tough team, especially at home. And then they have a good schedule ahead of them. They're really going to pile up some wins. Then they play Sussex Tech on Tuesday, so they have a tough week coming up. But Polytech could end up with 16 wins this year, and that's a pretty good record if you ask me. And by this time next week, we'll know a lot more about Polytech. That's my team.
What about you, Jay?
I'm going with St. George's Tech.
Okay.
And they are in the top 10. But there's another team. They won 6 games last year. They were 6-14. They've already got eclipsed that this year. They moved up from the Flight B to a tougher Flight A conference, and they've held their own. They have a tough game with Hodgson coming up, and I think the winner of that is going to win the Flight A conference. But they have been a team that's really surprising. They've played a lot of their tougher games early, so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up the pace of playing some lesser known teams.
We have a couple of very good games coming up this week. Well, spotlight game of the week aside, Mike, what are some games that interest you?
Well, I'm going to go with the Sussex Tech at Hodgson Saturday at noon. So like I just mentioned, Sussex Tech. Hodgson is a very talented team. They have a lot of scorers on that team. And we'll see how Sussex Tech plays against a top-tier team. Hodgson very well could be in our top 10, and maybe by this time next week. So I'm going to say Sussex Tech and Hodgson. And there's also another game Saturday night that we'll be doing on 302 Sports. Jason,
that's
the other one I would watch.
top five matchup, it looks like, Jay. What do we got?
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing game. It's a rescheduled game, and they changed the venue. The first game was supposed to be at Ursuline. They moved the later game now, and this one's going to be at St. Elizabeth Saturday. 302 Sports, check it out.
Wow.
But I think it's going to be a really, really, really good game. I just talked about Ursuline having stepping up in the second half of this season. No better start than to go take out the rivals on the road.
Yeah, Ursuline St. always a good matchup, Benny.
Yeah, talk about a good matchup. Conrad, Caravelle, and we actually will be speaking to both teams coming up in a little bit on 302 Sports Weekly.
No matter where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Having to redo the set a little bit because we have Conrad with us. Coach John Kulesza, thank you very much for swinging by.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, we're joined by Stephanie, Julie, and I. Stephanie and Julie actually sisters. And we will talk about that in a second, Pat, because that is...
We will.
Yes, we will. We will talk about that in a second. But first, Coach John, I want to go to you. 10-2 on the year. But now it gets more difficult stretch of the season. You get in the more difficult stretch of the season. You have Ursuline, St. Caesar Rodney. You've beefed up your schedule a little bit. Can you kind of talk about that?
We tried to do that each year. Our athletic director, Barry Polsky, has been really good about going out and challenging, playing a more challenging schedule. 2 years ago, we had a nice little run in the Final Four. Last year, we got into the quarterfinals. This year, hoping to even go further. But you got to get yourself ready for the tournament. And, we felt like we had to play some of the in-state teams that were more challenging the latter part of the season.
Girls, you got 2 losses on the year, out-of-state competition. You lost 49-44 to Northwest Guilford, I think I pronounced that right, from North Carolina. To 15-2. They're top 50 in the country. You guys put up 32 points in the first half, and you were competitive against the powerhouse. What is it like playing against out-of-state competition, especially elite out-of-state competition, and how do you think you fared?
I thought it was pretty cool, like playing an out-of-state team. It gave us more experience and gave us more things to look towards other teams and what to do and how to change different styles of our game.
Also, the refs are very different than Delaware refs. And they're girls. They're a lot more tough than girls I play. Their defense. So it challenged us, and we had to step it up.
And we can't really prepare for these teams that are out of state because sometimes we don't know how they're going to be or what they're going to do or what they're going to run. So
it's good. It's a good warm up for especially when you transition to playing the Delaware teams.
Yeah, it's some tough competition out of state. Coach, I'm going back to you with this one. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores in your lineup. Really a young team overall. Are there any challenges to coaching a relatively young team?
I think most coaches would like to have a seasoned vet or two. 2 years ago, we had Sarah Couts, who was a great leader, a young lady who tore one ACL her freshman year of high school, tore another one her junior, and she kind of was like our leader there. And we've kind of asked some of our younger players to step up and mature a little bit faster, and they've done it. They've done a great job. We look at some of the young ladies we have here, some of the ones that we have on our roster, and we have a very mature group of young student athletes. So that in that area we're fortunate. It'd always be nice to have a senior that has playoff and has faced some of the teams we've faced over the past couple of years. But we don't have it. You got to move on and continue to work on the little things that are going to make us a better team down the stretch. And
speaking of that roster, not to be cliche, there's a bit of a family flair to it. Coaching your daughters, what's that like?
It's been pretty easy. I mean, obviously you experience sometimes maybe the car rides maybe a little quiet on the way home. they're very rare. A lot of the players on the team will tell you that I challenge those two the most, which is probably true, but I challenge every single one of my players. I try to treat them like they are my own daughters, good, bad, indifferent. It hasn't been that different. I coached boys for 18 years. Both of them were, when I was finishing up my coaching in the boys level, they were both with me. I coached girls AAU, and they were both tagging along with me. And when I started at Conrad, they were in the gym. They were in the warm-up lines. They practiced, and it's the old saying, we are what we repeatedly do, and that's, I think, something to attribute to their success. And many of the girls in our program have been very similar to that. They've been in the gym, put in the time.
Julie and Stephanie, kind of bounce off of that question. What's it like playing with each other? Now, I know, for me personally, if I was playing with my brother, it'd be a lot of bickering going on. I don't know, do you guys have that a little bit, or you guys have that good relationship? And then, Nye, for you, what is it like playing with these two?
I mean, we have a lot of experience with each other, so we know what we're gonna do and how we're gonna respond to different situations when we're in the game. But then also, we try and treat each other the same as we do or we would any other player.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little sister bickering, everyone, every family has that, but it's, I think we have this special bond on a team. Our whole team's a family. It's not just me and Steph as sisters, but we treat all of each other like sisters, honestly.
You look down at practice, you see Julie and Steph doing a drill together, and they're just pushing each other. You go hard too. Pushing each other to both do their best.
That is really awesome right there. All right, let's look ahead to the game in hand. Caravelle, they're rolling. 4 wins in a row, 6 of their last 7. What does Caravelle do so well, Coach?
They have depth. They are, I think, similar to us in regards that they're a little bit older. They've had players in the program. Kristen has done a great job to, build that program, and, has been very competitive over the years. They play, very, very competitive schedule. And just having good coaching, having good quality players. And I think the common theme, if you look at some of the top teams in the state, you're going to see that the kids invest time, the kids that are on those teams, and that's why those teams are good. Plus, they also have very good coaching. So if you put those two factors together, Caravelle certainly has those two.
And girls, I'm sure you guys have gone to games or watched film. You've seen, what they bring to the table. What do they do that's challenging to you guys as a player? Do you see anything that maybe, I'm not going to say tendencies that you can take advantage of, because we got to keep that hush-hush for the game, but is there anything you can talk about that you see from them that proposes a challenge?
I kind of say rebounding. We're going to try to get our offensive, defensive rebounds, but they're bigger players, but that's what we're going to try to do.
We're going to try to limit their offensive rebounds. Make sure they have little to none of those. They should never have a chance to put up a second, third, fourth shot.
You take those chances away, it increases your chances of winning. All right, elephant in the room right now. Conrad 0-2 versus Caravelle. What does your team have to do to make that 1-2?
Girls hear this a lot, and we have a list list of the little things that you have to do, and some of our players have mentioned it before, but you got to do all the little things. You got to execute. You got to play good, solid defense. Nye and Julie had mentioned the rebounding and just working together. That's something that we've really tried to do. And then both off the court, we've tried to really do some team bonding. We went up to New York this past weekend, and I thought it was awesome team bonding. We practiced Saturday morning, jumped in vans, went up, watched Rutgers, the University of Minnesota women's game, and went back to the hotel, watched the Eagles game, cheered them on, ate some pizza and wings, went over to New York, played in Brooklyn, and had a great time. So, all the things like that, the little things that we're doing, the team bonding, really making sure that we're putting in the time and the effort to improve our game overall, I think will be key and hopefully give us an edge against Caravelle on Friday.
Anything you'd like to add to that, girls?
I say we're preparing ourselves. That's what we've done during the off season. Each of us, the whole team, preparing the whole time we've come to play.
Coach John, Nye, Stephanie, or Julie and Stephanie, got to get that correct, of Conrad girls, and Coach, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having us. Truly appreciate it. It's great, and I really enjoy listening to you guys. I watch football in the fall, the girls and boys basketball, and you guys do a great job for high school.
Thank you very much.
We truly appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. We're appreciative to have you. They are our spotlight game of the week, Caravelle versus Conrad. When we come back, we will hear from Caravelle in a second. We actually interviewed them off air, so we will run that for you coming up in a little bit on 302 Sports Weekly. Woo! Yeah, we got to do the picture. We got to do the Instagram.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
As a military wife, I love helping our airmen and their families with financial tools to help provide financial stability.
I promise to make a positive difference in your financial life, from helping you to lower your payments to discovering ways to help you save for your children's future.
From the needs of college students and first-time auto buyers, I promise to identify and take ownership of your needs.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus: wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
Their place.
Yeah.
You really jumped on them in that first quarter, and it was their only regular season loss. Has anything changed for your approach to Conrad, or has anything changed when you look at their personnel or their the way they play?
I mean, it's amazing when you watch their film that that his daughters are still both so young. I mean, I think that strikes me. I mean, is just kind of watching their development over the years has been really interesting, just from a coach's perspective, and just keeping in mind, like, they're still very young players along with their post. Those are three really talented kids.
and I think he's doing the right thing. I mean, they've played some challenging out-of-state opponents. I mean, they beat Carroll. I mean, that's a great win for them. So, I mean, I think we know that we're getting, as young as they are, they're still experienced. They're really talented. So I think we have an idea of what we're getting on Friday. Definitely. I mean, it's a great game for girls basketball in Delaware. I mean, you have some real talent on both sides, and two teams that have experienced a lot of success over the last couple years. I mean, they'll be fired up, we'll be fired up. It's just a great night for girls basketball in the state. I think we're coming along. I think we're actually far from the finished product on the offensive end. I think we continue to improve, but I still know that we can shoot it better, which is exciting because we're winning some of these tough ones, and I still think we can really be better.
You know, what have you been preparing for Conrad, and what do you think of them as an opponent?
Okay, so, well, we played them last year. We've played them before. We know they're a good team. We've been doing pretty well the past week. We went 3-0, so we just have to keep playing hard and, yeah, prepare this week.
Mayo, how do you prepare for the sisters? And they have a lot of weapons on that team. Janila Whittlesey, that's a lot of choices that they have offensively. And what kind of challenges does Conrad present?
Probably the hardest challenge probably be guarding their shooters, because the sisters can shoot. They're really good shooters. So, I mean, like, playing straight up defense, playing defense like we should.
And out and supporting the team.
Well, it's a quadruple header with JV and varsity boys and girls, so come out and support both, and it's going to be a good game.
Now, you guys were in the championship game last year, and I believe was it freshman year?
Yes.
What would it mean to you guys to push through and finally come out on top for you guys personally and for Caravelle as a school?
We don't have one yet, so when we get ours this year, it's going to be the best feeling ever. I know it will be. We've been working hard for it, so.
Conrad at their place.
And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Canella, Pat Gariani's, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell to wrap up our Spotlight Game of the Week. We're now going to do what we usually do as talking heads, which is kind of poke at this game a little bit. Mike, Caravelle, 3 losses to good out-of-state competition. Yeah. Caravelle, kind of give us the background on Caravelle and what they do so well.
Excuse me. I think I'm all choked
easy
up.
Guy.
I think John nailed it during the interview. They're very experienced. Mm-hmm. They lost really one key player from last year. That was Grace Lang, and
playing at Nova.
He's also playing in Villanova, and they added a transfer, Kendra Warren from Sanford, gives them a nice presence inside. I think Janila and Kendra that's gonna be a nice battle to watch on Friday night. But Caravelle's so deep and they're so experienced. There's really not a weakness on that team. Now, Kristen, of course, coaches always find weaknesses, but Caravelle just has all the pieces. They've been in the finals 3 times in the last 5 years. So these girls are hungry. They want to get back there and cut down the nets this time. But I think that's what makes them so dangerous, is that there's really not a weak spot on that roster.
You know, we talk about Delaware being an undersized teams compared to out-of-state teams. This team, Caravelle's got a little bit of height to them, Jay.
They're built on height. They got a lot of big girls, and they're not afraid to get the ball inside to them, and they do a good job. I saw the game against Ursuline. They killed Ursuline on the offensive boards. I mean, they just went back. They were getting 4, 5, 6, 7 shots every possession just because they were crashing the offensive board. So you're going to have to do a good job of boxing them out. And try and keep them off the offensive boards because, like I said, they do a great job and they have the height and they, but they also have guards that can score. So it's gonna be one of those matchups where it's gonna be a fun one to watch.
They have height. They also have experience. We're talking 3 juniors, 2 seniors in that starting lineup. One of them being Sasha Marvel. They have a lot of talent on this team. But you look at Conrad, a fairly young team, so you have a kind of an older team, or I should say a more experienced team against a team that's still kind of learning and growing. Kind of talk about that matchup.
Well, Conrad is young. They are, but these girls have been together for a couple of years now. They have a middle school program at Conrad. A lot of girls played in that. They played CYM together. Mm-hmm. So these girls have played with each other. They know each other. Julie's a sophomore. It's her 3rd year of varsity. So Nyla's been on varsity since 8th grade. So these girls, Alyssa Fayville's been on varsity since 8th grade. They're sophomores, but they are still very experienced, and some great coaching on both sides. So I don't know that the experience, it helps Caravelle, but I don't know that it's as much of a difference maker as we might think it would be with the seniors against the sophomores. I think Conrad can play with anybody in the state, and we're going to find out Friday. They met last year. Caravelle got off to a real big lead in the first quarter, and they kind of set the tone. I don't think that's going to happen this year, but like Jason said, they can't let Otlowski and Warren kill them on the boards. Like they killed our son on the boards. They can't let that happen. I think if they rebound, Conrad rebounds and limits Caravelle's second chances and third chances, they got a real shot at this one.
Yeah, Jay, I was about to go to you. We talked about some keys to the game for Conrad. What do you think Caravelle's got to do to come away and continue their hot ways?
Caravelle has to get out and go. Conrad likes to shoot. They like to run a gun. So Caravelle's going to have to do a good job getting back in transition, but also look to spark their transition game on the defensive rebounds. Speaking of, we have the fan poll, Twitter poll results. Caravelle 54%, Conrad 46%.
It's close. That's close.
It's some motivated rebels over here. They know the results.
It's all right. That'll be posted on the lockers. You better believe it. That'll be posted on the lockers. That's what I'm saying.
That's some billboard material right there. And that is our Spotlight Game of the Week. Caravelle Conrad coming your way on 302 Sports on YouTube. We're going to keep the basketball flair going. We come back, college basketball, staying with girls, more women this time. Goldey-Beacom women's basketball. It's up next on 302 Sports Weekly.
Loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his unique image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway.
Are in life. At every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com. Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley, cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations from Lowest, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pinella, Pat Garianis, and the Goldey-Beacom women's basketball team. We are joined by Coach Bethann Burke, Brittany Bryson, and Alana Speaks. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So let's get it started here. A bit of an up and down year, Coach. 6-12 on the have a young roster, and you're still developing. What have been the challenges, though, of dealing with the young roster and going through the season?
Great question. So I think just consistency. We play really hard in practice.
Mm-hmm.
We beat each other up, which is putting it onto the floor. So really just being consistent. Our season has been every other game we've been playing well. So right now it's getting better every single game. I would say the last 5 games we've been playing really tough teams in our conference. We played a tough schedule at a conference to get prepared for our conference play. So right now we feel pretty good about where we are, and our emphasis is always on the defensive end to defend teams. So.
Yeah, Brittany, you guys, since conference play has started off, you've seen your team start to improve a little bit. You're starting to find your rhythm. What has it been like as a player to see you've stepped into a leadership role, which you still had last year, but now you're the senior. So what's it been like in that role for you this season?
Being a senior, everybody's looking up to me, so now I need to take even more initiative, especially being that we have a young team. Most of our team is sophomores and freshmen, so it's kind of like trying to push them in the right directions that they can take on the same qualities that I'll have to do once I'm gone.
Let's keep the young team going. Alana Speaks, obviously, being here on the show. Freshman's been a huge spark for you guys. Over 6 points, largely off the bench. She's been a spark plug. What does Alana do so well?
She just plays really, really hard. And no matter how the game's going for her, she's still going to play hard, which not a lot of players do. Sometimes if they're not scoring or if they made a mistake on defense, that can change, but for her it doesn't. So, for example, last night she had a key offensive rebound that led us to ultimately winning the game. That extended the possession to the last minute. So we were able to continue to stay on offense when they needed a foul, and it was because she went in and hustled and grabbed a rebound and tipped it out to our point guard. And she's able to do that in games where she's not afraid to make a mistake, and she's really just plays hard. And she's a competitor too. If we're running a sprint, she wants to be first. She wants to win everything, so that's good. That's really good to see.
That's that St. E's in her.
Yes.
That St. E's in her. That's what that is. No, but you guys, you got the victory last night against Georgia Court. Ben, they've won 25 consecutive games against that school.
Yes.
That's impressive. Alana, what's been the biggest transition for you coming from playing high school basketball in Delaware to now you're playing Division II basketball in college?
Well, I say my biggest transition is since I started out with soccer, and then coming in the middle of the season for basketball, I had to learn the plays and get to know everyone and stuff like that.
So all this talk about youth, let's go to Brittany here, talking about coach. 4 years of Brittany Bryson. She leads the team in rebounds, points, averaging close to a double-double. She's been, again, here for 4 years.
Yep.
What have you seen in those 4 years out of Brittany Bryson?
Tremendous growth. Before we went on the air, I told you when I got the job, she was my first call. That 5 years ago we recruited her. I still remember when I saw her, and I was like, I want to coach this player. And she has been a tremendous impact to our program. She's going to leave a great legacy. But coming in as a freshman, it's all about defense, especially being a post player, and she struggled. And it was challenging, but every year she got better, and she was Defensive Player of the Week last week for the conference. So every year she really focused on that. So for Britt, she just continues to work and get better, and that's been something that's been a staple for her for the last 4 years.
And like Coach Burke said, Brittany has done it all in 4 years. Third team All-Conference in 2016, second team All-Conference last year. She's up and down the list, 6th in career points, 3rd in career blocks, 3rd in career rebounds. Brittany, you could potentially be the first player in school history with 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 100 blocks. You could also become the third 1,000 player in team history. I'm not sure if you were aware of that, but now you are.
Yeah.
How important would that accomplishment be for you?
I think it's very important because like in high school, I didn't even get 1,000 points. So getting on the collegiate level is even more important. I think it's an even greater accomplishment. Can't believe it. I can't accomplish that. To me, I just feel like I just go out and try to do whatever we can to be successful. So it's just, I'm blessed that I had a great opportunity to go out and play as well as I can and put us in a position to be successful every night.
Let's keep this going. 4 years under Coach Burke. Brittany, can you share some memories, or favorite memories about being a Goldie?
I remember our freshman year, we had 8 players. 6 of us were freshmen.
Oh boy.
So we had our first game, we were scared. We were playing national, like, our first game was against the defending champs. They were like undefeated. Bentley University. And me and Marissa looked at each other. We're the only post players, me and Marissa.
Yep.
And like, the post player we had to guard was like this, one of the great, best players in the nation. And we're looking at each other like, Marissa, like, how is this going to go?
What are we going to do? Yeah.
We came out and we played well. We did end up losing that game, I think, by 10, yeah. But we came out and we played so much better than we thought. And we, like, for us to be freshmen coming out against a team like that, like, we realized, you know, like, we have potential, you know, to have a great year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you just gave me the perfect segment. Talk about your freshman year. We're going to go to Alana, talk about hers. You've done it all here, Alana. You were the CACC Women's Soccer Rookie of the Year, first team all-conference. You helped the women advance to the 2017 CACC semifinals. You backed that up with a good start to your freshman career as well, and you had a clutch moment a couple, I guess last week. You hit a free throw with 7.4 seconds left to give you guys a 48-47 victory against Kulesza. What was that moment like for you, hitting the game winner like that?
Well, I can't say I was dead tired trying to make that foul shot. But all I could think about was in practice when we do foul shots, I'm always missing them because like I'm nervous and stuff like that. So in the game, I knew I had to make it.
Coach, we're going to change gears a little bit. We've got a big road game coming up against Caldwell. They're 15-3, 8-1 in the conference. Very good team. Tall task, but what does Goldie have to do to achieve it?
Defend them. They want to score. If they can score 90 points, that's what they want to do. So it starts on the defensive end, and they're going to have to guard us. I think there's going to be some mismatches, but we need to be able to do our defense, and it starts on the defensive end. So.
I got one more question for both of you. They're separate questions, but one more for each of us. Brittany, what do you see against your upcoming opponent here that you think you guys can, keep the winning ways going, turn it into a 2-game win streak? What do you think you guys got to do in that aspect?
Well, we have to defend, like she said. They're offensively driven team. They like to score and run. But I think the key for us is, 1, to defend, and 2, we have a stronger post presence. So if we go through that, then we'll be successful.
And the last one for you, Alana. Okay, you're a Delaware native. You played high school ball in Delaware. You grew up around here. How important has it been to stay in Delaware, to continue your playing career, have your family, your parents? I know your parents are at every game, having them come and watch you. And then secondly, if you could give any advice to any current Delaware athletes around here, what would it be in order for them to achieve the same thing you have and play at the next level?
I say it's very important, and to everyone in Delaware that's like getting ready to go to college, I say hard work to keep working, and I say
hard work to keep working. That's it.
Hard work to keep working. Gotta love the smile too there of Alana Speaks. All right, Coach. People that look at your last name will probably be familiar with it because there's also someone that coaches Wilmington University, the men's team that has the same last name. You have a very unique spot in the Goldie-Wilmu rivalry. So I guess my question is, you just had your daughter this spring. Has the fight already started as to which college she's going to?
No, she has a great onesie that has like Wilmington and then like Goldie on the back. So we try not to, we obviously talk about basketball, but all we want to do is make sure that the teams that we're a part of from both colleges are successful. So we support both schools really a lot. So.
Coach Bethann Burke, Brittany Bryson, and Alana Speaks of the Goldie-Beacom women's basketball team. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
We come back wrestling and we wrap up the show on 302 Sports Weekly. Let's come back.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to
As a wife, I love helping our airmen and their families with financial tools to help provide financial stability.
I promise to make a positive difference in your financial life, from helping you to lower your payments to discovering ways to help you save for your children's future.
From the needs of college students and first-time auto buyers, I promise to identify and take ownership of your needs.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
As a military wife,
Welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pell alongside Pat Gariani's caught us there. And
Candid
it's
camera.
time now to talk about wrestling. Look at the top 5 in Division 1. Try to roll through this.
Yeah.
The top 5 features 3 teams whose name begins with S. Smyrna, Sussex Central, Salesianum, Caesar Rodney, if you missed, they're number 4, and Dover, they are number 5 in the top 5 of Division 1. Division 2, Milford, Laurel, DMA, Indian River, and Woodbridge for the world of wrestling in high school.
That's it. And guys, if you want to check out more, make sure you go on our Facebook page. Benny Mitchell, he uploads videos all the time. He'll have a recap, and he'll explain why he broke down the top 5 the way he did. So definitely go on there and check that one out.
All right, no break. We're going right into the grand finale. We're talking University Sciences of Women. The University of Sciences women's basketball team stifled Dominican. That offense there, holding the Chargers to just 30% shooting in a 60-44 win for the CACC. Alex Thomas from St. Elizabeth led the way on the offensive side. She had 20 points, 7 of 13 shooting, including 4 of 8 from beyond the arc and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. She also tied her season high with 7 rebounds and added 2 assists.
There's something about these Vikings out here, Ben. There's just something about them. Just talked to Alana. Alex is doing well. It's a good time to be a Viking. Let's move on. Holy Family, got like a little Delaware flavor here. The University men's basketball team, they dropped the CACC contest against Felician, 82-72 on Saturday afternoon. Jalen Thompson, however, formerly of Concord, put up 13-5 in the loss, continuing his decent season for them.
Nice performance for him. We're talking Immaculata now. Mike Pekarski from St. Elizabeth. You
telling you,
see
man.
These guys are balling out. And
what
named
I'm saying.
honor roll selection for the 2nd consecutive week. The junior guard averaged 25 points per game in the max 2-1 week, including a career high 34 in a 97-69 win over Marywood. Pekarski, love that last name, started the week with his 4th double-double, 25 points, 12 rebounds of the season that was at Karen. That was on Tuesday night to pace the Max in a 89-82 when he put up 16 in the effort against Rosemont Thursday night before exploding for 34, one shy of tying his program single game record Saturday night against Marywood. Pekarski shot 53.8%, 28 from 48 from the field in 3 games, while averaging 7.7 boards, Pat.
So it's the VK Nation for you, Ben. We do what we do. Let's move on. Wagner got it. JoJo Cooper, formerly of Concord and Tatnall High School, they dropped a heartbreaking 69-67 NEC contest Saturday afternoon at Steinberg Wellness Center. Ramon Saunders led the Seahawks in double figures with 18 points. Cooper, like we talked about, he finished with 15 points in that game.
Now let's talk about Widener. The University men's basketball team dropped a heartbreaker in a MAC Commonwealth game to the Hood Blazers on Saturday afternoon.
That's a great college name, man.
Great
The
name,
Hood Blazers.
77-75 was the final there. Sadare Sambo from Middletown, I struggle with those names, tallied 19 points to go along with 6 rebounds, 4 blocks. His 12th point of the night was his 1,200th of his career, making him just the 16th player in program history to reach that mark.
Let's give you a Dante DiVincenzo update here, Benny. For the 4th time in as many tries in his young career, the redshirt sophomore from Salesianum came up with an explosive scoring performance against the St. John's Red Storm. The Wilmington, Delaware native came off the bench. He scored 25 critical points to help the #1 team in the country, Villanova, stave off a late charge from St. John's on its way to a 78-71 victory at the Big Joint, Madison Square Garden.
You have the update on Dante DiVincenzo. I have the lowdown on Duval. Trayvon Duval from Sanford, number 5 ranked Dukes. They led less than 3 minutes into they needed less than 3 minutes to erase a 13-point second-half deficit, scoring 18 consecutive points to overtake number 25 Miami 83-75. That was on Monday night. Duval went 7 of 11 from the field, 17 points, almost had a double-double, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds.
That's it. Let's move on right down to the UD women's basketball here, Ben. Delaware gutted out a 51-49 victory over Towson Sunday afternoon at the Bob. The win marked a season-best 4th straight for the Hens, who moved to 11-5 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Delaware sophomore Abby Gonzalez drained the go-ahead three-pointer off a kick-out pass from junior Nicole Nabosi. And Nabosi knocked down the 2 free throws, 3 seconds left to seal the victory in that one. Ben Gonzalez and Nabosi each finished with 14 points, while Nabosi tallied a double-double with 10 rebounds, her 12th on the season, along with 5 blocks. Next game will be Friday, January 29th, taking on UNCW. It's a 7 o'clock start down in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Going from the ladies to the men. Ladies first, the Blue Hens men basketball team. They are 11-8 on the season, 4-2 in the CAA. Having a pretty solid season.
They are.
And they won their 3rd straight. They trailed 60-53 with 3 minutes left, following a 6-point JMU burst. But Ryan Daly started the comeback with 2 free throws, and Ryan Allen converted a layup to make it a 60-57 game. Daly finished with a game-high 19 points for Delaware, while Allen contributed 14 of his own. And, of course, from Sanford, Anthony Mosley was the 3rd Blue Hen in double figures. Champ, 11 points for him. Eric Carter added 9 points and a season-high 13 rebounds as UD was able to come away with the win. Their upcoming schedule, they will be on the road tomorrow up in New York against Hofstra. That'll be a 7 p.m. tip. And, of course, Scott Klatsky and myself will have the call for you.
There you go. Next up, we're going to talk a little Delaware State women's basketball. The Lady Hornets were defeated by the Florida A&M Rattlers 59-54 Monday afternoon at the Alfred Lawson Jr. Multi-Purpose Center. DSU's Najee Pollard scored a game-high 18 points. She also had 6 rebounds and 3 steals. And then Anurikwana, Barber added 9 points and 8 rebounds. That was a team high for them. Up next for the Lady Hornets is a matchup against Bethune-Cookman. That's at Memorial Hall, January 20th. 2 o'clock tip for that one, man.
Now it's time to go to the DSU men's basketball team. Justin Ravenel scored a game-high 30 points, highlighted by 8 3-point field goals. Wow. To lead Florida A&M past Delaware State 94-89 in a MEAC double overtime contest. Delaware State freshman guard Pinky Weiler, he's on the all-name team there, added a career best 18 points on 8 of 12 shooting to go from the field, including 2 3-point baskets. He was 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. DSU returns to action this Saturday at home against Bethune-Cookman. The game scheduled is for 4 p.m.
So let's move on. William U, my alma mater. In a game that featured 16 ties, 12 lead changes, it was Concordia that held the lead when it mattered most, defeating William U women's basketball team 75-72 in OT. Jaden Whitsit's 20 points, 8 rebounds led the Wildcats, while Emma Matthews of Padua collected a double-double, 17 points, 12 rebounds. Macy Robinson, another Viking in the news there, collected 13 points, 8 rebounds, 7 steals, 4 assists, and a stat-stuffing performance. The Wildcats will look to snap their 3-game losing streak when they head up to Nyack on Saturday for a cross-divisional contest. That tip will be at 1 o'clock up in New York.
Pat's a ladies, man. I got the men's team here for Wilmington University basketball. The Wilmington men's basketball team shot the lights out while never trailing in a 79-61 CACC Conference South Division battle against Jefferson on Tuesday night at the WU Athletic Conference. Miles Gillette led the Wildcats to 7th double-double in the year, scoring a game-high 24 points, 10 rebounds. Nick Richards from Hodgson added 19, 6 rebounds. Sean Church hit 3 3-pointers for 15 points and 5 rebounds. And Jermaine Head stuffed the stat sheet, 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting, hitting 4 3-pointers to go along with 8 rebounds and 8 assists in the Wilmington University victory.
All right, let's finish this segment strong here. Ben, let's talk Wesley basketball. The women's team, they dropped a 52-41 decision at home versus Frostburg State. The Wolverines were led in the efforts of Stacey O'Neill and Paige Hailstock. They both tallied 12 points and 10 points respectively. Monshea Newsome-Murray of Seaford notched 9 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, and 5 steals, while Tiana Gibbs of Concord reeled in 7 rebounds and assisted on 2 baskets.
All right, last but not least, the Wesley men's basketball team. Wesley College men's basketball team picked up a 72-51 Capital Athletic Conference win at home over Frostburg State Bobcats on Saturday. Brian Cameron from DMA had him on the show earlier, led the way for Wesley, 26 points. Cameron was 6 of 11 from the field, 12-14 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from beyond the three-point line. The Wesley bench, they were strong in this one, outscoring Frostburg's 24-5. J.W. Lawson from Concord, he tallied 11 points, 9 rebounds, while Derek Charles reeled in a career-high 10 rebounds along with 6 points. George Cook dished out a game-high 6 assists and chipped in with 4 points. And the Wolverines, they return to action on Wednesday when they take on Route 13 rival Salisbury in an important road contest. And that was the tip-off from Mack Center. That is at 7:30 p.m.
That's it. That's pretty much wrapping it up, Ben. I'm going to do this for you, man. I'm going to give you a little bit of a break here. We're going to go to commercial break right now on 302 Sports Week. It'll be a little quick 30-second break. We'll come back. Got players of the week, top plays, and our upcoming live stream schedule. We'll be right back here on 302 Sports Weekly.
Finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
Okay.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Time to wrap this one up with our Players of the Week. First, we're going to make an honorary one for the girls' side. Kelly Mushadi. She is for senior from Padua from the track and field. She suffered a life-threatening injury last year, and this week she graduated. So congratulations to her. Very impressive story there for Kelly. As Mike was telling me before the show, it was ripping my heart out there. But our girls' player of the week is Julie Kulesza from Conrad, the sophomore. She scored 52 points in 3 wins, including 26 against a 7-3 Concord team. You also scored 15 in a win over a undefeated New York team. Talk about your performances in those games.
Well, last year there was Concord game. I got my tooth knocked out, kind of battled back from that, and I wanted to come back and compete, and I wanted to win. I wanted to push myself, I wanted to push my teammates to win.
Hey, they got the tooth, you got the win. That's all that matters in the end. That's it. And of course, for the boys, we have Ian Robertson, the Cape Henlopen senior, scored 44 points in a pair of impressive victories. He scored 27 over Dover and 17 as the Vikings beat top-ranked Smyrna, Pat.
That's it. They're the new number 1, and Ian Robertson's one of the key reasons why they're Benny.
Julie, you're going to like this segment. It's our top 5 play. I love this segment. It's our top 5 plays of the week. We're going to show it on the screen starting right now.
All right, I think I'll take number 5 here, Ben, if you don't mind. This is Jack Brown, hitting from way deep. We talked about it earlier in the recap. You see him here. They swing the ball around. The young man's from NBA range. Out here looking like, I'm trying to think of who he would look like. Steph Curry, I guess you could say.
It's Steph Curry with a shot, boy.
Let's move on. Here's Eden Davis.
It's a deep 3. And the best part about this one, it's fading away. Watch the kick out. Move the ball around. Oh, my.
To the number 3, Nana Choku. We talked about him, the diaper dandy. I told you, he kind of got a little bit of Shaquille O'Neal in him on this play. Fighting through, getting it. Look at the leg kick. Boom.
Bang.
Throw it down, big man. Send it in, Jerome.
And number 2, Jair Davis. This is an impressive dunk here in the Salesianum game. We're going to watch the 3-point attempt here. Knox. There's the breakaway, and kersplash.
Exclamation point, man. Exclamation point. Let's go. Number 1. Wait till you see this, dude. Wait till you see this. Gerard Wall of William Penn. Are you kidding me? I haven't seen a dunk like that, and I'm now 25 years old. I know, so old, right? I have yet to see a dunk like that within the state of Delaware ever in my life.
Julie,
ever
how
in my
impressive
life
was that?
from a high school kid.
That was incredible. We're trying to get an eye like that too.
Hey, I heard a rumor you do that regularly in practice. Is there any truth to that? Is that a regular occurrence?
We're trying to get an eye and step for those alleys now.
Julie Kulesza, she is our Girls Player of the Week. Thank you very much for stopping by on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Check them out for the 302 Spotlight Game of the Week. Conrad versus Caravelle. That's Friday night at 6:15. We also have Ursuline and St. Elizabeth's Saturday at 6:15. And for the boys, we have Apo and St. Elizabeth's. That's Saturday at 2:30. Get all those at 302 Sports on YouTube, Pat.
Yep, that's a doubleheader at the St. East Center. So definitely check all those 3 games out. And we'll see you next week here, Benny.
Yes, follow us on all forms of social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. We are on the Snapchat. And, of course, participate in our weekly poll question. We will see you next week. Peace out.